Phil Mickelson has always maintained his exceptional playing form. He's still blowing everyone's minds, even now. Phil Mickelson has shown great determination throughout his career. But behind all those years of remarkable achievement lies a sad truth that could take away all his fame and glory.
Well, this is the longest golf course ever played in a major championship. The only way you play well is if you hit bombs. And Randall said and done a lot of things that I regret, and I'm sorry for that and for the hurt that it's caused a lot of people.
I'm 53 now, and my career, if I'm being truthful, it's towards its end, and now.
Phil Mickelson keeps getting better at golf as the years go by. But behind all his wins and championship successes, he had some dark secrets that he kept hidden for a long time. The 103rd PGA Championship took place in May 2021 on Kiawah Island. Phil Mickelson, a seasoned champion, entered the tournament with high hopes. What ensued was nothing short of a miracle. Mickelson shot a total of 73 in the final round to secure a two-stroke victory over two runners-up, thus becoming the oldest person to win a major championship. Philip Alfred Mickelson was born in June 1970 in San Diego, California. His father was an airline pilot, and his maternal grandfather worked as a caddy. They both introduced Phil to golf. His father started coaching him from an early age, which made him love golf. Although he initially tried to copy his father's right-handed swings, he naturally became a left-handed player, earning him the nickname Lefty. Phil and his dad worked on his form to get better, and soon his performance started getting noticed by everyone. After finishing school, he received a golf scholarship from Arizona State University and became one of the best amateur golfers in the United States. Mickelson was exceptional, winning 3 consecutive NCAA championships from 1989 to 1991 during his amateur career. His amazing performances earned him 3 Haskins Awards as the most outstanding golfer. He also led the Sun Devils to the NCAA team title in 1990. Over his college years, he won a total of 16 titles. However, this would be nothing compared to what he achieved in his professional career. After a successful time as an amateur, Mickelson became a professional golfer in 1992. He quickly gained fame for his creative shot-making ability, helping him win many tough positions. With his game knowledge and technical skills, he won over 50 tournaments, including 6 major tournaments. However, behind these wins, he was hiding many secrets that could affect his reputation. What could potentially take away the fame of one of the best golfers alive? And why did he keep these secrets from his fans? He did a lot of terrible things, but the worst was gambling, which ruined a big part of his life. Although Mickelson kept it secret, his friend Billy Walters wrote a book saying Mickelson was involved in sports gambling. Mickelson had bet over $1 billion on football, basketball, and baseball in the last 3 decades. The most serious thing was that he tried to bet $400,000 on Team USA in the Ryder Cup. He called Walters and told him to bet $400,000 on the Ryder, but Walters didn't follow his advice. However, he wasn't sure if Mickelson's bet was placed, and in the end, the American team lost the Ryder Cup. Mickelson defended himself, saying he was never involved with the Ryder Cup and couldn't harm the importance of this event. Mickelson earned a lot of money through gambling, but also lost a significant amount. In an interview, Phil Mickelson revealed that his addiction to gambling had left him feeling embarrassed. He expressed sadness about the addiction taking away the respect he had gained through his hard work. In a post in 2023, Phil once again discussed his struggles with gambling. He mentioned that he no longer found betting on the NFL enjoyable, as it stressed and negatively affected him. Mickelson acknowledged that his addictions had caused him to neglect his family, expressing that, although he was physically present, his mind was not. This behavior has significantly impacted his relationships, but he is now making efforts to overcome his addictions and build a better life. In 2015, court documents revealed that Mickelson had received $3 million from an intermediary, which was linked to an alleged mob bookie. Mickelson had been making profits through the stock market and received advice from his friend Walters to invest in Dean Foods, a company owned by Tom Davis. Mickelson followed the advice and bought Dean Foods stock, which increased by 40% shortly after due to a company announcement. Mickelson then sold his shares, making a profit of $931,000, which he used to pay off his gambling debts to Walters in September 2012. Insider trading is considered one of the anomalies in federal crimes. There is no specific law passed by Congress to regulate it. Insider trading typically occurs when someone with access to secret corporate information, known as an insider, shares this information with an outside trader. The problem arises when the outside trader then shares this information with others. In a well-known case, a man named Walters received insider information from Tom Davis and passed it on to Mickelson, who was not in direct contact with an insider. The case gained attention when the FBI and SEC investigated insider trading involving Clorox and Dean Foods stocks. Mickelson never admitted to any wrongdoing, but ultimately agreed to settle the issue by paying back his profits in full, totaling $930,738 plus interest of $105,291. In 2022, another scandal emerged involving the PGA itself. Phil Mickelson expressed strong displeasure with the PGA Tour and its policies. Mickelson stated that tour players did not have access to their own media. His primary concern was that the PGA owned millions of dollars worth of digital assets that the players were not permitted to use. Mickelson cited an instance where he used footage of his own shots for personal purposes and was subsequently charged $1 million for each shot used. Another notable incident occurred during the 2010 Masters. Mickelson executed a memorable shot from pine straw to the 13th green at Augusta National. An individual sought to use this shot but had to pay $30,000 for each second it was aired. Although the shot was only 7 seconds long, its use incurred a significant cost of $3.5 million. Notably, this amount was 5 times more than what Mickelson earned for winning the tournament. Mickelson asserted that such levels of greed from the PGA were entirely unacceptable and urged the organization to address the issue. A couple of years ago, Phil Mickelson got into another controversy when he clashed with the PGA. Mickelson was notified by the PGA Tour for trying to recruit players to the Saudi-backed Live Golf Tour. Mickelson tried to challenge the decision, but his request was denied because he attended Live Golf's inaugural event in London. As a result, the tour extended his ban, and he cannot apply for reinstatement until March 31st, 2024. Mickelson stated that no LIV player wants to join the PGA Tour and demanded that the PGA should first apologize and compensate LIV players for spending millions on media criticism. Despite these challenges, Mickelson has had an amazing golfing career and continues to maintain his legacy. Let's look at Mickelson's career. He became a professional golfer in 1992 without needing to go through qualifying because he had already won the Northern Telecom Open in Tucson. In his first year, he found it hard to adapt. A year later, he won the Buck Invitational of California, his first international tour title. He struggled to win titles, but in 1996, he had a standout year, winning 4 tour titles. This success earned him a lot of money, placing him second on the list of highest-earning players that year. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, he was one of the top players on the PGA Tour, winning many titles but not a major title, earning him the nickname the best golfer to never win a major. In 2004, everything changed for golfer Phil Mickelson. During the Masters tournament, Mickelson found himself competing against his friend Ernie Els. Despite falling behind, Mickelson fought back and managed to secure a one-stroke victory with a remarkable performance in the final round. This win marked his first major championship and made him the third left-handed golfer to win a major. However, the year brought both success and challenges for Mickelson. Following a contract dispute with Titleist, he lost his deal with the golf equipment producer and switched to Callaway Golf. Despite this setback, he continued to compete, although his performance in the Ryder Cup was affected by the equipment change. In the next year's PGA Championship, Phil Mickelson entered in incredible form. He hit his trademark soft pitch from deep greenside rough to almost 416 of the cup and made his birdie to finish at a 4-under par total of 296. With one stroke ahead of Steve Elkington and Thomas Bjorn, he secured his first ever PGA Championship title. The following season at the Masters, he won his third championship title. His second green jacket came after he shot a 3-under par in the final round, winning by 2 strokes over Tim Clark to collect his second Masters title and secure second place in the world rankings, only behind Tiger Woods. Mickelson, having won 2 major tournaments, set out to claim a third consecutive title at the US Open. He was tied for the lead going into the final round of the tournament. He maintained his lead until the 17th hole when he missed the fairway to the left, and his drive ended up in a garbage can. With only a 1-shot lead going into the final hole, he needed a par for a 1-shot victory. Despite the opportunity to play it safe, Mickelson decided to stick to his aggressive style and take a tee shot. The 18th hole was lined with tall trees on both sides of the fairway. Mickelson aimed to go over the trees and put the ball on the green. However, all 3 of his shots were caught in the trees and didn't travel more than 30 meters. Meanwhile, his opponent, Jeff Ogilvy, successfully finished with a difficult par and won the championship. Mickelson continued to win more tour titles in the following years, but in 2009, he learned that his wife had been diagnosed with breast cancer. He decided to take a break from playing to spend more time with her. However, when he returned, his mother was also diagnosed with breast cancer, so he had to take more time off. Despite facing these challenges, he won 3 tour titles that year, including the Tour Championship. In 2010, Phil Mickelson entered the Masters tournament with high hopes. During the 3rd round, Mickelson was trailing Lee Westwood by 5 strokes, but he made spectacular swings and reduced the deficit to just a 1-stroke gap by the end of the round. Mickelson carried his form into the final round and posted a bogey-free 67, while Westwood shot a 71. Mickelson birdied his final hole and secured a 3-stroke victory over Lee Westwood, winning yet another Masters title. In 2012, Mickelson rallied from 6 shots back and won his 40th PGA title. In the final round of the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am, Mickelson rallied from 6 shots back, winning the tournament by 2 strokes with a final round score of 8 under 64 and a 4-round total of 269. In the following year, he won the prestigious Open Championship in a sudden death playoff. Mickelson claimed a 3-stroke victory over Henrik Stenson at Murfield Golf Links, collecting his 5th major championship title. After this, he hit a dry spell and wasn't able to secure wins on the PGA Tour. However, he made a comeback in 2018 and started to gain attention. He won another PGA Championship in 2021, taking his majors total to 6. This was his last trophy until this day. If you enjoyed Phil Mickelson's story, don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to hear about your favorite memory of Phil Mickelson. Share it in the comments below.